Ahem. Hello. How's it going? Unfortunately, as a result of not having actually accepted the next quest in the quest line, I don't know where to go to actually get the next one. I don't remember where it left off, so I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. One moment, please. Ah, that makes sense. It's up there. Oh, that's obnoxious. Wait, that's already so annoying. Okay. The Japanese title here is Goddess of War, or really, you know, God of War. Guide us. The English is Almighty Fury, guide us to victory. The addition of the word victory there sorta changes the meaning massively. And it's also just that thing that they do a lot where they reduce Ishgard to a completely militaristic city-state with nothing else going on and no further nuance. Like, everything needs to be framed in the fury and war and blah blah blah. They just flatten everything out, make it all two-dimensional. Yeah, I really don't get... Yeah, that's not... It's not guide us to victory. If anything, this is probably going to... Considering the general nature of the quest, and considering that, Aymerik is going before, like, a ecumenical council to try and establish a new, like, guiding principle for the Ishgardian faith. It's not about guiding them to victory, because in fact that's like the old system. It's probably going to be like establishing guidance for the people in a way that doesn't involve direct warfare or anything like that. So, kind of the direct opposite.
アイメリク卿が迅速に聖職者へ提言してくれたおかげで、間もなく、公会議が開催される予定だ。
Yeah, okay. What, thanks to, Sir Imeric's, what, like, swift proposal, a ecumenical council is scheduled to be held soon.
公会議とは、イシュガルド正教における教義や経典の内容を審議決定する最高位の会議だ。
Yeah, now they're establishing this, an ecumenical council is the... What, like the highest or like grandest, assembly within the Ishgardian Orthodoxy that what deliberates and decides upon matters relating to doctrine and the scriptures.
最後に開催されたのは4代前の教皇就任時、およそ80年前。私を含め、今を生きるコートの民の多くは、文献でしかそのありようを知らない。
Okay, it was last held, when the... Oh, it's like 4 generations ago. It's like when the Pope 4 generations ago, I guess is what they're saying, took office. Yeah, most people living in the capital today, including myself, are only know of it from, or like have only read of it. Saying nobody was really alive to have witnessed it.
かつては、教皇と生徒評議会で執り行われていた会議だが、評議会の一員だったバルティノア主教が獣化したからな。今回は、あらゆる身分の意見を募る形になるそうだ。
Oh, this is very funny. So I already had it open because I was just looking at the quest name, but look at this. This is very funny. How is Japan better at knowing how to handle Western religion than the Westerners? The Council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Its purpose to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. Didn't mention scriptures. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago, and 4 archbishops have since come and gone. I'm sorry, would they refer to, like, the death of, their highest spiritual leader in that flippant of a manner? No. No, they fucking wouldn't. Hence why they didn't do that in the Japanese. You don't say like, oh yeah, you know, popes come and go, right? Like, you know, who cares, man? And also, the whole archbishop thing is very funny. They've got all of these Catholic trappings. You've got all of the Catholicism all over the place, but they're like too scared to use the word pope. Leading to just like this completely nonsensical structure. Okay, these, this meeting used to be held, or, like, these, assemblies used to be held only between the Pope and the Council of Saints. But ever since, Bishop Paradino Noah transformed, oh, okay. Yeah, this is more of a comma in English. So, yeah, as Bishop Paradino underwent that transformation, this time there'll be requesting opinions from, like, people of all positions within the church?
A. イシュガルド正教の歴史で初めて、すべての聖職者と信徒の声が反映できる、公会議が、間もなく、開催となります。
Okay, for the first time in the history of the, Ishgardian Orthodoxy, an ecumenical council will be held in which the voices of all clergy and, faithful can be heard.
皆様、ご出席を、お願いいたします。
I ask. Well, it's like, yes, we request your attendance as well.
クレム女祭、辛いお立場であろうに、この旅の尽力に感謝する。
Deacon Clem, And yeah, you have my thanks. I know how this sort of... You're just saying I know how difficult this must be.
聖レマノー大聖堂を担う身として、のべつ幕なしに嘆いているわけには参りません。私も亡き主教芸家の代理として、公会議に参加いたします。
Okay, as... What, the one who... What is, like, now responsible for the Cathedral of Saint Germano? I cannot simply afford to, stay idle and mourn. I guess I will attend the council on behalf of the late bishop.
以上、人々が信仰によって傷つくことがないように、我が心を尽くします。
Huh. Ooh, this is an interesting line. It's like, what, I will dedicate... This is probably I will dedicate my life. Really. You know, he's saying, like, that is devote my heart to ensure that the people are never again harmed by faith. You might say by their faith, potentially. There's a zero... I'm not gonna look it up, but there's a 0% chance that they even remotely translated this. That's like too nuanced of a take.
して、アイメリク教は?
And so, where is Sir Aymeric?
考えたいことがあると、少し前に出て行かれた。私たちは先に向かおう。
Okay, he left a little while ago, saying there was something he wanted to consider, to think about before the council. Let's go on ahead.
アイメリク教は上層のラストビジルにいらっしゃるはずだ。
Okay, he's in last vigil. Upper floors, okay. We still haven't actually dealt with that dragon. We kind of have to deal with that dragon. Yeah, what's up, man? How's it going?
Ah, オレオ、もしかして、そろそろ公会議の時間か?
Oh, is the, ecumenical council beginning soon? Then?
そうか、すまない。呼びに来てくれたんだな。
My apologies, so you came to get me then? Was that?
自分の選んできた道について、そして、その道を選んだことで救われなかった者たちについて、風に当たりながら考えていた。
Okay, this is like I was just out on a walk. Thinking about considering the path I've chosen, and those who that path could not save. Or it's like, it's not really talking about the path, it's saying like, okay, I don't know how you would do this like super clean, but for the sake of speed, he's saying like, about the path I've chosen, and about like those who could not be saved due to the path I chose.
戦いの中で死んでいった者は、もちろん、残された悲しみを抱え、戦いだけが生きる理由だった者。正教の瓦解に心を痛めた者、旧体制の方が生きやすかった者。
Again, excellent nuance. It's like, there were, of course, those lost in battle. Or like those who died in battle. But also those left behind, like, to bear that grief. Like those for whom, war was their only reason to live. Well, those whose, you'd probably say, it's not just saddened. I don't know, maybe it's like those whose hearts were broken by the downfall of the church. With those who found their lives easier under the old regime. Oh, they didn't translate like any of this. They just vague posted on all of it. Wonderful. Yeah, all of this got translated to those who died fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of position and purpose. Yeah, that's like equivalent, you know? Like, you just cut out, like, all of the stuff about the church and just make it vague instead. Like, it really is. Vague posting is such an OP strat. It really does remind me so much of being in Japanese classes. And people just kind of, they're just being like vague or mumbling a bit to try and hide for the fact that they didn't really know the answer when they were called on. Like, I do remember a situation in which, like, we were talking about, they had, like, a little skit that was going on, like a little scenario to try and teach people about, like, directions and stuff. It's like the scenario's like you're in a car and then you have to, or like you're in a taxi and you're giving directions to the driver, telling them where to go. And instead of saying Migi or Hidari, I did hear somebody would say, like, Midari e magatte kudasai. Just kind of blend them together and hope the teacher doesn't notice. I remember so vividly Midari.
この国には様々な考えを持つ者たちがいて、竜という共通の敵がいなくなった後、それぞれの思いが溢れ出している。
Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, this nation is... It's like there are those in this nation with... varied ideologies. This is like Kongai. Ways of thinking ideologies. But now that our common enemy of the dragons are gone, what those thoughts, what those sentiments, what begin to rise to the surface. So you vague post for all of this, And then, when they're being intentionally delicate, you just go at it with a sledgehammer. Like any nation, Ishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Not beliefs. Beliefs is different than Kangae there. Without an enemy to unite us, we recall the differences we once set aside out of necessity and find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean put aside out of necessity?
無我夢中で求めた未来のその先は想像よりずっと困難だった。
Yeah, the future I so... What's I like so desperately sought. What is far more difficult than I had imagined.
多様な考えを持つ人々が共に生きていくために一体自分は何ができるのか。
What... What can I do to... What help people with these... What varied or diverse views live together?
そんなことを考えていたところに君が来てくれた。
That's... Yeah, while I was thinking about that, that's when you arrived.
公会議の開始までまだ少しは時間があるはずだ。せっかくなら話しながら向かわないか。
There should still be some time before the council begins. The ecumenical council begins. Why not? Let's take our time and talk along the way.
公会議の開始までまずはそうだな。ボルタン家博。
Ah, we're doing this bit. He's saying, yeah, why don't we go in front of the, Octane house.
君とアルフィノ殿とタタル城。君たちがフォルタン家の客人としてこの家に保護されたのが遠い昔のようだ。
Yeah, you, Alfino, Alize, or, oh, it's Alfino and Tataru. I don't know why I thought Alize. I just kind of grouped them together. It seems like forever ago or ages ago. When you were, what, taken in as, and what, protected as guests.
がきっかけとなり、1000年にわたる粒子戦争が終結した。再びの融和という最高の形で。
When your arrival was the catalyst that brought the 1,000-year Dragon Song War to an end. What in the... What, like in the most wonderful way imaginable, peace and reconciliation.
風穴を開けて変革への道を共に進んでくれた君たちに心から感謝している。ありがとう、オレオ。
I'm so incredibly grateful for you, like, leading the charge, or paving the way. What, for change in Ishgard? And what, for... What, walking down that path together with me, thank you.
さあ、次は建国12騎士像へ向かおう。
Okay, statues. The next one I'm gonna do is probably melee DPS, because I don't have a tank that I enjoy playing leveled up high enough. I've been leveling up warrior. It's infinitely more enjoyable than playing knight.
フォールダウン王と共にニーズヘッグを退けた12騎士、偽りの建国神話に登場するこの彼らの像を撤去すべきだという声も上がっている。
Not healer? Not. The melee DPS one is, you get to hang out with Merle Whip. And I mean, out of all of the characters that are available to go hang out with in these, role quests, she's definitely my favorite. What? There are, what, voices calling for these, the statues of the 12 knights who, alongside King Thornton, drove back, or defeated Nidhogg. What is there all... What is there part of this false foundation myth of Ishgard?
彼らの選択は決して正しいものではなかった。だが1000年の間彼らを敬い、信じていた民の思いを歴史の闇に葬っていいとは思えないのだ。
The choice they made was by no means correct. What? But I can't... It's like I do not believe that it is... Or it's like I cannot bring myself to think that it is all okay. Or I cannot bring myself to think that the belief and, like, or the memories and feelings of those who believed in and respected them for over 1,000 years should simply be like buried in history. Or it's like he's saying like he doesn't think that history should be buried. You know, the actual Japanese term is saying like consigned to the darkness, which I mean you could also just go with.
どう過去に向き合っていくべきなのか。コートの民も私も試されている。
What, now that we have gained what our peaceful future, how ought we face, you know, how should we face the past? Yeah, the capital, the people, and myself are being put to the test.
すまない、思いにふけてしまった。さあ、イシュガルド教皇庁へ向かおう。クレム女祭が待っているはずだ。
Yeah, sorry, I was, lost in thought. Okay, let's go to the Vatican. Deacon Clem is waiting for us.
アイメリク教、マクフラリー様。さあ、公会議が開催される玉座の間へ参りましょ
う。Okay. Alright, we're going to the throne room, where the council is. Oh, we're at the main table. Oh no. Excuse me, why am I at the main table?
人々を教え導く聖職者と異端審問官、そして経験なる信徒を含むイシュガルド正教に連なる諸君、急な呼びかけに応じていただいたことを感謝する。
Yeah, it's like clergy, what guides of the faithful, inquisitors, what all those connected with the Ishgardian orthodoxy, the faithful, I thank you for... attending on such short notice.
今、この星を襲った終末によって聖職者たちが獣化するという痛ましい事態が起きていることは皆も知っての通りだろ
う。As you're all aware, the apocalypse that has... befallen, I guess? Assailed this planet. What has brought about a tragic situation in which devout members of the clergy have begun to transform into beasts.
さらなる悲劇を食い止めるには、民の心と、それに寄り添うべき聖職者たちの心の平穏が必要である。そのためにこそ、聖教は変革の道を歩まねばならない。
Okay, to prevent further tragedy, peace... Yeah, this really is peace of mind. You might say peace of mind and heart, maybe. This is kokoro, but this kokoro really is more like mind. It's like peace is needed. In both, you could say peace is needed in both the hearts of the people. Like, and the hearts of the clergy who, ought to stand by them? Or ought to be at their side. It is for that reason that the orthodoxy must... begin a path to reform.
イシュガルド正教の新たなあり方を市民を含めた皆で模索していただきたい。
I would like for all of us, including the citizenry, to this is like explore the mosaku? Yeah, it's explore. Like to explore and consider what form what new form the orthodoxy of Ishgard ought to take on.
イシュガルド正教には古くから2つの側面がございました。竜との戦いを導く戦神の槍としての側面と人の心を守り育む戦神の盾としての側面。
But since ancient times, the Ishgardian orthodoxy has had two sides. Or you would say there have been two sides to the Ishgardian orthodoxy since ancient times. That of the spear of the goddess of war leading the fight? Or leading the fight battle against the dragons? And that of the goddess of war's shield, protecting and... I guess that really is nurturing the hearts of the people. The interesting thing here is, the thing that's key is the term sokumen. That side or facets, right? It's specifically addressing the idea that these are two separate parts of the church. Yeah, they fucked it up. Yeah, they fucked it up. This is incredibly important, actually. This is, incredibly important. I had to look this one up because this is incredibly important. Since antiquity, the Asgardian Orthodox Church served the people in two respects. Wrong, 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 wrong. The English is making it seem as though the Asgardian Orthodox Church is a single entity that was providing two roles. What Clem is saying is that the Asgardian Orthodoxy has had two sides to it, two separate entities effectively operating within the same system. There have been these two sides to it. It's separating the church into two halves. The English is maintaining that the church is a single whole that was providing two roles, whereas the Japanese is saying that the church was separated in itself and had two sides. In the same way that, like, that makes the spear and shield metaphor make sense. Those are two separate things held in two opposite hands. They are not the same thing. They are two separate things. And also, safeguard the souls of men, as the Fury's spear to strike at the heart of dragonkind, and as the Fury's shield to safeguard the souls of men. Completely wrong. Just completely ridiculously wrong. It's the spear of the goddess of war to lead the battle against the dragons. Again, it's talking about leading people. And then to nurture the hearts of the citizens. Like, to nurture the hearts of, like, the people. What do you mean safeguard the souls? That's not what that means. You're talking about that in terms of, like, a salvation from hell thing, whereas the shield is talking about, like, providing comfort to people. It's not about, like, safeguarding them from hell, it's providing comfort. Being a source of stability and protection and spiritual and emotional comfort. How do you not understand? Like, how is a Japanese company doing Western religion better than the Western translators? How are they, like, more knowledgeable about this than you? This like, should be your... This is also why, like, you can't really ever trust. If some, like, company says, like, oh, well, we got a cultural consultant, you can't really necessarily trust that just because somebody is, like, you know, just because somebody is American, it doesn't mean that they know jack shit about Christianity.
槍の役割が1000年を経て終わりを告げたからこそ、盾としての役割もまた考え直す良い機会かと。
This is very good. Yeah, and as this role as the spear has come to an end after 1,000 years, I believe that this is a good opportunity to reconsider, or wait, for the church to reconsider its heart, or like its duties as the shield.
それなら、正教の階級制度をなくすべきだ。権力のある、高位聖職者たちこそ、隠蔽体質の温床だろう。悪しき教えを説いてきた責任を取るべきではないのか?
Yeah, in that case, the hierarchy of the orthodoxy ought to be abolished. When it's the powerful, high-ranking members of the clergy. Okay, like, the seats of power within the clergy give rise to... what? Like a culture, or... I guess it's like a culture of cover-ups and concealment of truth. And shouldn't they be held responsible? Or held accountable? For, like, preaching these incorrect and... what, evil doctrines?
生徒評議会の一員たる我らを排せば満足か？我々は千年の教えを守るべく常に文献を保護し解釈と議論を重ねてきたのだぞ。
So then, would you simply be satisfied to see us, what members of the Council of Saints? This isn't really excommunicated, removed. What we have... What, for 1,000 years we have... What, protected or safeguarded, interpreted... What, and debated the scriptures to... What, protect the, to like, uphold the teachings for... Yeah. To uphold the teachings.
古き教えを失えば、もはやそれは、イシュガルド正教とは言えまい。
But if we are to lose the old doctrine, the old teachings, then we would no longer be the Ishgardian Orthodoxy.
ああ、私たちはこれから何を信じたらいいの？
What should we believe in? Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. You have to be such a good writer to be a good translator. This is apparently the same line. What are we supposed to believe? Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Halone, are we outside your grace? It's just pathetic. It's just so unimaginably pathetic. I don't understand how you can have this level of audacity, man. Like, it must be nice to live without knowing what shame is.
"まずいな。このまま不安が広まれば、新たに獣と化す者が現れてもおかしくない。
This isn't good. If what anxiety spreads further, it wouldn't be surprising if someone were to transform.
"粒子戦争の終結以降、イシュガルド正教は岐路に立たされ、人々は心の拠り所を失いかけている。
Since the end of the Dragonsong War, the Orthodox Church of Ishgard has been at a crossroads. But with the people on the verge of losing their foundation. It's like, you know, it's this, like, the heart's foundation, again. They've been saying this a lot.
議会のバルティノは主教ほどのものでも、古き教えに固執するあまり、禁忌を犯し、絶望の果てに獣に転じてしまった。
Yeah, even one such as even a member of the Council of Saints, Bishop Valtinore, in his fervent, due to his, like, persistent adherence to the old teachings. Ah, this... Kinki okashi. I'm just gonna say did something horrible that's not actually valid for this, like, taboo thing. Yeah, and became a beast in the depths of his despair. This is so ridiculous. His Grace Bishop Vartinos, may he walk in holidays halls, was one such soul. In his longing for simpler times. I'm sorry, his, like, stubborn adherence to the old teachings. That's not longing for simpler times, my dude. Resorted to using forbidden magics, he succumbed to despair. Yeah, I think may he walk in Hollowness Halls is all we need to see. Like... It's so dumb. It really does. Like, the original Japanese script is phenomenal. It's handling this very complex political and religious issue with a whole hell of a lot of nuance. But the English is just like, it really does just read like somebody's shitty D&D session. It reads like people who have no idea what Catholicism is, trying to talk like priests. And completely, as a result, just utterly ignoring the actual statement. The important part of this line, the most important part of this line, was the Furuki Oshie o, or Furuki Oshie ni koushitsu suru amari. Koushitsu suru amari. Like, that adherence to the old teachings. It's phrasing that in a way, like, saying longing for simpler times. It's not simpler. Yeah, 1,000 years. We cannot so easily forget the, history and faith. What we have embraced or accepted for 1,000 years.
だからこそ、歴史の過ちを受け入れ、しかと顧みて、その先を歩むことを考えるべきではないのか。
And yet, is that not why we ought to, accept the mistakes of history? Reflect upon them, and consider together, this is probably, you would say together, how we ought to move forward.
この1000年の歴史と信仰と悲しみを忘れてしまったら、我々はいつか1000年前と同じ過ちを犯すのだから。
If we forget this 1,000-year, this 1,000 years of history of faith. Of sorrow. Then we will surely one day repeat the mistakes that were made 1,000 years ago.
A、私たちは固く、聖教を信じてきたからこそ、聖教の欺瞞を受け入れがたく、変化を拒むのでしょう。
Yes, it's precisely because we've held such firm faith in the orthodoxy that we find, or in the orthodoxy. That we find it so difficult to accept its deceptions and resist its change.
いっそすべて捨てて、忘れて進んでいけたら、身軽で楽かもしれない。
It may very well be easier to simply cast it all aside or throw it all away and move forward. Doku Migaru de. That's not really easier, necessarily. It's not just saying easier, it's saying, like, be it more at ease, right? To throw it all away and move forward. Like, more carefree.
でも、聖教は、私たちをずっと支えてきてくれました。重いかもしれないけど、痛みを伴うかもしれないけれど、先人たちの思いを忘れずに、みんなで抱えて歩みましょ
う。Yeah, and yet the orthodoxy has been here, has been by our side to support us. It may be like a heavy burden, it may be painful, but let us move forward while keeping the memories of those who came before us close at hand, or like close beside our hearts.
伝えられた歴史には偽りがあり、教えは人のおごりと裏切りに成り立つものだった。それを彼女が命がけで我々に教えてくれた。
Yeah, the history that was taught to us was a lie, and the teachings, our teachings were built upon human arrogance and betrayal. Player character risks their life to show us this truth.
だが、揺るがぬこともあったはずだ。例えば戦神、ハルオネへの侵攻の始まりは否定されていない。祖先がクルザスに入植した頃に、その侵攻は確かにあったのだ。
Hey, look, notice how this is like actually really fucking important that Hollow Knight was not really emphasized prior? That they kept talking about like the teachings were built upon the arrogance of, humans? But they're saying, hey, look, the thing about it that hasn't changed is the Hollow Knight stuff. It's almost like the point that they're making here is that the Orthodox Church previously was a self-serving organization that was using Holiday as a vague symbol, but really it was a church about people, and worshipping Holiday was pretty much just a cover. It's almost like that's like a statement or something. It's like, and yet there is what that within the church that was unchanging. What the origin of our faith, belief in the goddess of war, Holiday. What that faith existed when it was like that faith was held by our ancestors who settled in Korthus.
それに長い歴史の中で築かれた生活に即した教えも存在する。イシュガルド正教の過ちを正しく伝えつつ、より古い本質に立ち返ることもできるのではないだろうか。
What there are teachings that have been developed throughout our history, pertaining to the lives of the people. What perhaps then we ought to return to to an even older, fundamental form, of the church, while acknowledging and spreading, I guess, the mistakes of... It's like, telling the people of the mistakes made by the Ishgardian Orthodoxy.
コートの人々、みんなで、か。
With all of the people of the capital.
さすれば、古き考えの過ちを正しく、後世に伝えていくため、歴史書や経典の再読と再検討が必要であろうな。
Okay, in order to... accurately... in order to accurately convey the, errors or the mistakes of the church of old to future generations, it would be necessary to reread and re-examine the historical records and scriptures.
ええ、その際には、教えをよく知る、あなた方の知識が助けになるでしょう。文献の参照には、多くの人でもいる。
Yes, in that... in that, your knowledge of the teachings would... prove helpful? After all, when... okay. It's like sorting through and analyzing the vast quantity of records would require all the help we can get, effectively.
異端審問官の中には、職にあぶれた者もおりますし、公会議の結果が受け入れられれば、彼らも新たな仕事に就けるのでは。
Okay. There are members of the clergy and inquisitors who find themselves out of work if the results or it's like the findings of the council are accepted, then perhaps they could find new work. I feel like maybe we should, get rid of the inquisitors, though.
言い返せなかった父上の言葉、コートの人々はすでに、その返答を持ち合わせていたようだな。
Yeah, it seems as though the people of the capital have their, answer? To my father? To my father's words, where I could not? I don't remember the exact thing. It was like, do you think that he said something along the lines of, do you think that the people of Ishgard, can actually handle the, weight of knowing that everything they've been taught is a lie? And yeah, apparently they can. The Ecumenical Council, and did well.
課題は残るが、有意義な会議となったと言えるでしょ
う。Yeah, there's still issues that need to be, challenges, issues that need to be addressed, but it's safe to say that the, council was meaningful, productive.
アルトアレール教、あなた方の言葉で、皆が同じ方向を向けました。どう感謝を申し上げたらいいか。
Okay, Aimeric Ortoarere. Your words, it's united the people, setting us all in the same direction. And I can't possibly thank you enough.
存在があればこそだろう。痛みを伴いながらも、彼女が決して立ち止まらずに歩み続けたことを、この国の人々は皆覚えているのだ。
Okay. It's all thanks to, player character. Everyone in the nation remembers. How despite the pain, they never stopped moving forward. Pain and suffering.
あなたが竜の背に乗り、コートに凱旋してきた日のことをよく覚えています。あの不可能を可能とできたのであれば、私たちだって。
Yeah, I remember. The day you, returned in, victory to the capital upon a dragon. And I thought, that if you could, achieve, if you could do that which we thought was impossible, then perhaps we too could.
厳しく前へと歩み続けるハルオーネ様に倣い、未来のために、これからの進行は、皆で考えてまいります。
Okay, following in the example of Halone. Who is gallantly strides forward. We will all consider together what form our faith ought to take.
それ
I
でも
guess.
悲しみゆえに未来を拒絶する者がいれば、その悲しみに寄り添い、言葉を尽くしましょう。己の境遇を嘆く者がいれば、共に幸せを祈りましょ
う。Yeah, even still there will be those who reject this future, in their sorrow. So let us stand beside them in their grief. This is what do you say for this? Either you would either say reach out to them or offer them words of comfort. What if there are those who, lament their place in life, then let us pray together for their happiness?
信仰とは、人の心を救うべきものである。私はそう信じて、生きてきましたから。
Yeah, what faith is meant to save? You'd say, meant to save the hearts of men. That's what I've lived my life believing that.
では、私は、レマノー大聖堂へと戻ります。これから、忙しくなりますからね。
Okay, gotta go back to the cathedral. Things are going to be quite busy from now on.
ああ、言い忘れるところでした。アイメリク教、ご依頼の品はすでに発見しております。少々、修復が必要となりますので、もうしばらくお待ちを。
I nearly forgot to mention, Imeric, that item, that thing that you requested has been found. It will require some, repairs or restoration. Please have patience.
クレム女祭には、あるものを探すように依頼していたのだ。残された課題である偽真珠、ファーブニルの討伐に備え、ぜひとも用意しておきたい品でね。
Huh? Oh, I asked for Deacon Clem to search for something. What's something quite necessary for the for our final task of defeating the false divine beast FFXIV.
だが、彼によれば無事に発見できたらしい。その準備が完了次第、打って出ることができるだろう。
Okay, it appears it's been found. Once preparations are complete, we'll be able to make our move, I guess.
改革という未来を示せた今、さらなる獣化発生のリスクは抑えられたように思います。いよいよ最後の戦いですね。
Now that we've proven or shown the people a path towards the reform of the orthodoxy, there shouldn't be any risk of further transformation should be minimized. The final battle is upon us.
古き聖教の呪縛から彼を解き放ってやろう。その時が来るまでしばし体を休めておいてくれ。
We'll set him free from the shackles of the old orthodoxy. Until that time, please rest. They didn't translate that. The English just said, "'Tis time we freed Vondro from his torment." Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? It appears that they said, "Furuki Seikyo no Jubaku kara?" That's pretty explicit there. What's the thing tormenting him? Are you gonna mention it or just not? Yeah, this is like walking beneath the blue sky. Or like walking eyes fixed towards the blue sky. The English, of course, being ever march heavensward. The whole heavensward thing is such... It's such a fucking Hodor moment. Just like a stupid, nonsensical double entendre that just makes it sound cheap. Okay, got good news ever since the... But the details of the Ecumenical Council have spread throughout the capital. There's been a signal case, new case of transformation. Okay, now that we've ensured the safety of the capital, we would like to turn our attention towards our objective of defeating, slaying the false divine beast, however. Ah, you're here. Wonderful. The item, article, whatever it is, I don't know, that I asked Kurem to prepare is ready. Okay, now then, let me share our strategy for the subjugation of the false divine beast Valvanir. Okay, we discovered him in the Korthus, Central Highlands. Where he was lurking to protect the Soreyu. Yeah, it's like the Pope's airship thing. Okay, perhaps it's like the remnants of those memories are compelling it to act in a way to, protect things related to the Pope. Okay, so then with that being the case, we could see his flights over the capital, or we could interpret these flights over the capital as being patrolling the Vatican, the seat of the Pope, the Holy See, Vatican. Yeah, and so we intend to use this article to lure Fafnir to the highest point of the to the top of the Holy See, the Vatican. But it's like the Chapel of the Frozen Heavens, I guess. Kind of. It's, I don't know what you would do for that. These sort of names are difficult. Yeah, okay, he's asking what's the thing. The noun I use is completely different. It's the... staff that only the Pope's what the Pope has been permitted to possess or wield the Goddess of War's mercy. I am curious about the name of the staff. Fury's Grace, I really don't... The Fury thing is so dumb in general. What I suspected that if Bishop Volutinoa had traveled to Azisla, the continent, he might have retrieved it.
主教の資質を探してもらったところ、無事に発見され、修復も完了したとのことだ。
Okay, I asked Deacon Clem to search the bishop's quarters. It was found, restored, etc.
私が偽真珠ファブニルをおびき寄せるおとりとなろう。
Okay, with that staff, I'll act as a lure or as a decoy to lure out the false divine base Favinir.
それはあまりにも危険すぎます。
That's far too dangerous.
イシュガルド正教が変わりつつある今、ファーブニルがどう動くかは不透明だ。その時戦う術を持たない者が襲われればどうなるか。
Okay, with the orthodoxy, with the orthodoxy changing, it's unclear how what Favunir will do. But if someone defenseless were to come under attack, what would happen to them?
蒼天騎士が教皇を守るための存在であれば、神殿騎士はイシュガルド正教の神と全てを守る存在。その名がたる私がリスクを負うのは当然のことだ。
Yeah, if the Knights of the Blue Sky exist to protect the Pope, then the Temple Knights exist to protect all of the faithful of the Orthodoxy as their leader. And it's only right that I be the one to take this risk.
教皇と共に魔大陸へ赴いた蒼天騎士たちは全て倒れた。バンドローはいわば最後の蒼天騎士。
Yeah, the Knights of the Blue Sky who accompanied the Pope all hell in Azisla. Vondro is, in a sense, the last remaining Knight of the Blue Sky.
彼らの嘆きを
Yeah. Their grief.
私たちが打ち払おう。
Uchiharo. This is... You would probably need to use a different verb in English, but it's basically saying, like, let's free them from that, I guess you would maybe say.
では、準備が整い次第、イシュガルド教皇庁の前へ来てくれ。偽真珠、ファーブニルの討伐。
And we really did see the exact same thing with Metaphor. where you've got a group of Japanese writers dealing with something that's very heavily based off of Catholicism, and they have a more nuanced, like, well-read read of it than the fucking English translators by a mile.
オレオ、これから我々は偽真珠。
Yeah, I'm good to go. I haven't actually played this class in forever. I don't remember what the fuck I'm doing, but yeah, sure, you know, it'll be fun.
"上空に偽真珠の姿を確認した。今です。
Yeah, but you wouldn't think... I mean, they probably come from a... It doesn't particularly matter. You would think that people who grew up with, like, so much of Christianity baked into their culture would at least have some level of baseline knowledge. But I've spotted the, yeah, Pulsified Beast now. Let me handle this. What, is he gonna, like, break it? Because that would be metal. Here I am. Yeah, Thordan, in Thordan's name, kinda It's like you are not, but His Grace or His Holiness. Vondrel, last of the Knights of the Blue Sky. What for the sake of the... But for the sake of like, Ishgard's future, I will strike you down. I fucked it up. I forgot, like, how long this thing actually lasts.
私たちが打ち払う。
God damn.
誇りにかけて。
That fucking, like, what for the pride of Ishgard call was loud as fuck.
裁きの下れ。
I don't know why that line was so much louder than everything
分
else.
かれて対応するしかないようです。
Why are his voice lines so fucking loud?
周囲に気を配るんだ。
Alright. Oh shit.
そこか。
俺を殿、こちらへ。
持ちこたえるんだ。
Hammer. Oh, god damn it.
甘く見るなよ。
I genuinely just remember. I do not remember shit about how to play this class, man. I'm getting caught.
角へ。
I'm getting caught so hard out of position with just like not remembering how in the fuck I'm supposed to do
型の獣がファーブニルに力を。俺よ、先に奴らを叩くんだ。
like what I'm supposed to do when or how long my cast times are, blah blah blah.
わわわ、我ら、蒼天騎士の真の力。何か嫌な予感がします。お二人とも、我が盾の後ろへ。
Okay, that is pretty tight. Except for the part where you cancel my fucking painting.
トールダンの名のもとに。
In Fortin's name. Pierce. It's gonna cancel my... I knew it! I should have started the painting earlier! Or Swift casted it or whatever. Truly the only class I enjoy is Viper. Let me play Viper, just let me play Viper. This fight seems like it's going on for a really long time by... like, story fight standards. Normally they have you finish those in like 2 minutes.
終わったのだな。
It's over.
最後の蒼天騎士、バンドローの思いは、彼に宿った、蒼天騎士たちの思いと行いとともに、私は必ず、後世に伝えていこうと思う。
What the will of the last of the Knights of the Blue Sky, Vondro. Oh, this is so wordy. Okay. Fuck. I'm just gonna gloss this one because it's really difficult. But I will pass down the will of Vondro, the last of the Knights of the Blue Sky, and the will of all. Saying his will and all of the Knights of the Blue Sky as well down to future generations. Make sure people know about him.
竜への裏切りという真実を知りながら、隠蔽し、教皇に加担していた、蒼天騎士のあり方は、決して正しいものではなかった。
Yeah, what the Knights of the Blue Sky did, despite knowing the truth about what of Ishgard's betrayal to the dragons. Knowing that and choosing to keep the truth hidden and siding with the Pope was by no means just.
だが、召喚された彼の思いに触れ、改めて認識させられた。彼らの魂は、番神によって歪められたものであり、その一人一人は、確かにイシュガルドの民であったのだと。
But after seeing, or you might say witnessing the feelings, the will of those, who were summoned, it made me realize souls were twisted by the idol, and yet, each of them truly was a citizen of Ishgard. That's the important part. Like, it's not really making any sort of apology for them, but saying, like, it's, again, placing them within the in-group.
私には、己の正義を貫いて勝ち取った未来への責任がある。この国に生きる人々が抱えていた思いは、あまねく拾い上げて歩んでいく。
But I have a responsibility. Towards the future, gained by holding fast to what I believed was just. But I'll move forward while carrying alongside with me the will of all those who live in this nation.
私が選択を一つでも違えていたら、オレオ、君がもし、鬼神トール団を討滅できていなかったら。
Yeah, if I had made just one wrong, or just one... It's like wrong or different choice if you hadn't... defeated Borden.
望まぬ未来に絶望して、偽真珠になっていたのは私かもしれないのだから。
Yeah, I might have been the one to transform, or to become a false divine beast. I still don't like any of the... I don't like any of the terms that I thought of for that. What, in my despair for the future? Okay. Okay, yeah, your options are, I don't think you would have even then, or there's no point in thinking about, you know, what if.
ありがとう。我が友、オレオ。
Thank you, my friend.
すまない。今のは私的な話だったな。忘れてくれ。
Sorry, that was... what, personal? Please forget it.
さあ、作戦立案室へ戻りましょう。皆に無事に討伐が完了したこと。
Okay, gotta go back to the strategy room, we have to let everybody know that we were successful, yep, etc, etc. Let's go. Okay. I was looking for where the closest aetheryte was. Man, it would really kind of suck if this was, like, the best one of them and I just got it first.
偽真珠対策。
But this is already, like, much better than I thought they were going to be. I thought we were going to be like, you know, these are going to be fairly interesting little adventures. You know, it's like some fun classic adventure something, but then it's just like very, very good in-depth world building.
オレオ殿、偽真珠討伐と、コートの民の獣化対策への協力、誠に感謝する。
Okay, thank you for your assistance in preventing the... what, people of the capital from becoming beasts.
貴族と平民、聖職者と騎士など、身分や立場の垣根を取り払ったコートの人々の心は、皆それぞれ違うのだと知った。
Yeah, through all of this, I realized that, you know, the hearts, the minds of the people, whether they be nobles, commoners, clergy, knights, no matter what rank or, like, position one holds, you know, everyone is different.
当たり前のことだが、私も未だ古い考えが抜けないな。この国のあり方を見つめる際、無意識に楽をしようとして、人を型にはめて分類していたのかもしれない。
Yeah, it's... You know, when you stop to think about it, it's obvious, but... You know, I suppose I still haven't shaken off or gotten away from those old ways of thinking. Yeah, maybe when, looking at the state of the country, it's, or like this is like I or we were unconsciously, we're trying to make things easier for ourselves by, stereotyping? Or it's like by trying to make people fit into those clean and simple patterns. Right, like stereotyping, organizing.
身分の狭間で悩み苦しむ者が生まれぬ国とするために歩み続けると、私はこのフォルタンの盾に誓おう。貴殿はその証人となってほしい。
I swear upon the shield of House Fortaton that I will I will continue to walk this path to create a nation or to make Ishgard a place where no one needs to suffer. It's where no one needs to suffer because of their birth, basically, but it's specifically saying breaking down the social hierarchies. But I ask you to bear witness to that.
私と同様にクレム女宰も礼を言いたいそうだ。貴殿から声をかけてやってくれないか。
I just looked over. I'll do everything in my power to build a new Ishgard, one in which all people can see eye to eye, regardless of birth and station. Yeah, no. No, it's like saying where nobody has to suffer. The seeing eye to eye just means oh, we'll just get along regardless of our position, whereas the Japanese is more saying no, we're gonna make sure that the whole system where some people are just kind of noble and therefore are better than others is, done away with, really. Okay, Kurem wants to thank us.
ご無事で何よりでございます。偽真珠と
So glad to see that you're okay.
人物であったのか、アイメリク卿から伺っております。
Okay, I've heard from Aymerik about what sort of person the person who became the false divine beast was.
無事に討伐してくださったこと、イシュガルド正教を信ずる者としてお礼を言わせてください。
Thank you for defeating this beast. Born from the, I guess you would say, corruption of the Orthodoxy. Well, this believer, let me thank you.
バルティノア主教をはじめとする獣に転じてしまったすべての者の心は私たちが引き継いで行きます。
We'll carry on the hearts and memories of those who were of those who turned, transformed, including the Knights of the Blue Sky and Bishop Vortinoa.
あなた様のこれからの旅路にどうか、ハルオーネ様の加護があらんことを。
And may Halone's blessings be with you on your journey ahead.
ああ、
On your journey.
長くあなた様をお引き止めしてはいけませんね。
I shouldn't keep you
お待ちでしょうから。
for too long. Yeah, Aymerik wants to talk to us.
オレオ、アルトアレール卿。この旅の偽真珠討伐作戦、ご苦労だった。無事に討伐ができたのは、二人の協力のおかげだ。
Okay, he's just saying, well done, thank you. I'm kind of skipping that.
貴殿
He's just kind
の
of,
使いぶりはいつも見事だな。
thanks.
オレオ殿。
It's always such a, I guess you would probably say such an honor to see you in combat. Yeah.
これにより、クルザス地方より、終末の獣は一掃された。公会議以降、新たな獣化現象が発生していない点を踏まえれば、これにて、問題は解決されたと言えるだろう。
Okay, and so with this, what, the beasts of the apocalypse have been, what, cleansed from Korthus? I guess you would say probably like cleansed, eliminated, eradicated. As no new, what, instances have been reported within the, or since the council. What, it's safe to say that the matter is resolved.
ええ、これ以上、絶望に陥る者が出ぬよう、私は戦神、春尾根に仕える聖職者として、これからも人々のため、武器によらぬ戦いを続けようと思います。
Okay, to ensure that no one else falls to despair, what I, as a member of the clergy serving the goddess of Warholone, will fight unarmed. That's like, it sounds good in Japanese, but I can't think of a way to do it well in English. You know, it's saying like a fight that does not require weapons, or without the use of weapons. You know, they're talking about like a spiritual war, right? The fight for the hearts of the people. Yeah, is what leader of the Temple Knights is the Speaker of the House of Lords as a fellow believer. I'll help you in any way I can.
ではこれにて、イシュガルドにおける終末の収束を宣言する。
Okay. So then we declare what, the end of the apocalypse in Ishgard. The conclusion.
オレオ、君には心からの感謝を伝えなければ。本当に世話になったな。
And I have to... Yeah, I actually like the MTL saying my deepest gratitude.
この国は何度も
We owe you a great deal.
救われている。
And this nation has been saved by you time and time again.
戦う者の命ばかりではない。前を向いて生きていくための人々の心まで君は救ってくれた。
You know, not just the lives of those who fight. You... What saved the hearts of the people. What, so that they could... What, live and look forward.
君が救ってくれたものに報いるために、イシュガルドはこれからも前に進み続けなければ。
And to repay this... Or it's like to honor this service, you might say. Ishgard must continue to move ever forward.
導いていくのではないと理解はしていても、心が伴わなければ意味がない。
It's like, even if we know that there is no one else to look to for guidance, this is a little bit difficult. Hang on. I guess they're saying, like, you know, it'll come to nothing if our hearts aren't, like, as one.
それでも誰もが前を向いて歩んでいける。
Okay. That's not really as one. It's like, you know, we have to truly strive for it ourselves, basically. You know, we all have our own worries and thoughts, and yet we can still all move forward.
そんな国にしていくと、私は君に誓おう。
Yeah, I swear to you that I'll make Ishgard, you know, into that nation. You know, a nation that is capable of doing all of the things that he just said.
すまないが、ラザハンにいる、イシュガルドの駐在武官に、偽真珠討伐の報告を頼みたい。
Okay. Asking me to give the report about the falsified beast.
の口から詳しく伝えた方が、諸国への情報提供の精度も高まる。手数をかけるが、どうかよろしく頼む。
Okay. He's going to send a report as well, but he's saying, like, if you give the details yourself, it's going to be more accurate as well. Like, you know, we're given both reports. Yeah, apologies for placing this, extra burden upon you, but I ask for your cooperation.
我らが英雄よ。
Now then, until we meet again, our hero. I mean, it's almost like the word hero is really important within the script or something. It would be a shame if they, like, erased that from a bunch of side quests or job quests or whatever. Haha. It really just is so incredibly refreshing to have RPG writing like this. God, it's so nice. I went down the wrong hallway. Am I going on the right one this time? Yes, I am. The setting for Final Fantasy XIV is just so fucking good, man.
英雄伝、よくぞ戻られました。偽真珠の討伐はいかに?
Okay, you're hero, you're back. How did things go? Yup. This is just
偽真珠ファーブニルの討伐
Flavnir, yup.
さらに公会議でイシュガルド
Okay, Ishgard is on the path to reform. Wonderful.
すぐに各国にも伝達しておきます。実は自分旧国の英雄伝の信奉者の一人でして、今度お時間ある時にでも冒険談をお聞かせ願いたいです。
Okay, he's saying like I'm one of your fans, basically. But in a more severe way. I would love to hear some stories of your adventures. Complete.
遠隔魔法 DPS ジョブ向けレベル90ジョブ専用装備の染色が可能になりました。
Yay. Alright. So, I think I'm gonna do the melee DPS one next. Very good, very fun. I will be right back though, going to the bathroom. Next up, Limsa. And we're back. There it is. Limsa time. What, it's like... What, time to set sail?
オレオ殿、早速ですが、本題に移らせてください。
Alright. Well, let me tell you inform you of what's going on in Limsa.
最悪の元凶は断たれたそうですが、依然、ラノシア近海では、終末の獣の存在が確認されています。
Okay. We've heard that due to your... Or thanks to your efforts, what root cause of the, this, like, disaster has been dealt with. However, the presence of beast of apocalypse is still... noted within the, waters of Lanosia.
現在、メルウィブ提督がクロウズ団を率いて対策を練っていますが、正直に申し上げて状況は難航しています。
Okay.
経験豊富なあなたにご
Admiral Merlib is leading the Black Vortex and in developing a strategy, but yeah, to be frank, but we're having quite a difficult time. We'd like to enlist the aid or ask for the services of someone with your experience.
ありがとうございます。優れた指揮官でもありながら、銃の扱いに長けた提督と近接戦闘に長けたあなたが組めば怖いものなどありません。
Okay, so that's the justification for saying that they want melee DPS is, you team up with the commanders, or the admiral is an amazing commander, amazing leader, skilled with firearms.
それでは
master of close quarters combat.
長官搬送のクロウズ団軍令
So that's the justification. Merlib is good with guns, so to balance that out, gotta have somebody who's good in melee. Limsa. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
「お待ちしていました。ラザ藩の駐在武官より話は聞いております。すぐに提督をお呼びしますので少しお待ちください。
Okay, okay. They're just saying they're gonna get Merlib. Wait just a moment. Hell yeah.
待たせてすまないな。まずは現在危機に瀕している海とのためにここまで足を運んでくれたこと深く感謝する。
Okay, my deepest gratitudes for coming all this way. To the city or city of the sea in the face of our crisis.
周辺で起こった一連の終末現象についてはラザ藩からの報告で聞き及んでいる。とてもひどい様相だったようだな。
Okay. I've heard reports from Razan regarding the, apocalyptic phenomena that occurred around, the Fertile Sea. It seems as, when things were dire. Like the situation sounds horrible, dire.
君や暁の決命のおかげで、この星は終末の危機を脱することができた。だが、ラノシア近海で確認された偽真珠は未だ討伐できていない。
Yeah. But thanks to you and the blood oath of the coming dawn, this planet was spared from destruction. I mean, it's like, you know, like, escaped the threat of the apocalypse. Yeah, however, this false divine beast spotted near Lanosia, Shia, has yet to be dealt with.
書記官、詳細の説明を。
Okay, asking her for the details. Yes.
発端は、スカルバレーの警備に当たっている団員からの見たことのない魔物を目撃したという報告でした。
Okay, guard. What, like a guard? Someone patrolling, I guess. Security detail near Skull Valley reported a monster they had never seen before.
無論、それだけでは終末の獣とは言い切れない。ところが、思わぬところから新たな情報が入ったのです。
Of course, that alone wouldn't be positive confirmation of a beast of the apocalypse. However, new information came from a rather unexpected source.
欄では、暁の決命から提供されたフォクシーを用いて、サハギン族のテンパード治療に当たっておりました。
Oh, a member of the Black Vortex, or the Black Vortex was treating, tempered Sahagin using, parts provided by the Blood Oath of the Dawn. Coming Dawn.
そして、多くの精神汚染者を治療したことで、彼らの中に人と対話を求める勢力、融和派が生まれました。
Okay. Through the treatment of you. Okay. What, following the treatment of those Sahagin, what, like mental contamination or mental, that's such a weird word again. A faction has emerged amongst them. What do you even do with this Yuaha? It's saying that there's a group amongst the Sahagin who want to like have dialogue with humanity or want to, you know, negotiate with humanity. The faction name is like Reconciliation Faction or Harmony Faction. I don't know what you would do for that. They probably do something really dumb in the English.
新たな情報というのは、その融和派のサハギン族から届けられたのだ。
Nah, it's like the point of it is the specific goal. Unfortunately, when I see that word in Japanese, any of the, like, that's just one of those ones where you see the term and then the equivalent English just disappears from your mind. So, you would obviously do something for this. But for the time being, I'm just gonna say, like, peace-seeking. Or whatever. This new information came from this peace-seeking faction within the Sahagin. Emissaries, God.
によれば、ラノシア近海に生息するサハギン族が突如、異形の姿に変異する事件が頻発しているそうです。これは、話に聞くラザファンで起こった終末現象と酷似しています。
Okay, according to them, there are frequent incidents of Sahagin in the waters, who live in the waters near Lanosia, Ranoshia, transforming into grotesque, with strange forms. It's incredibly similar to these apocalyptic phenomenon that we have heard about occurring in Razahan.
そして、サハ銀族が終末の獣に転化しているのだとしたら、その最初の一体であり、最も強力な存在、偽神獣が近海に存在している少佐となる。
Okay. If the Sahagin are in fact transforming into these, beasts of the apocalypse, then that confirms that the most powerful among them, the false divine beasts, exists or lives, is present somewhere within the nearby sea.
終末現象の要因を排除できたことは喜ぶべきだが、その影響が完全になくなるまでは、今しばらく時間もかかろう。何より、偽神獣がある限り、襲撃の危険がつきまとうことにもなる。
Okay. Okay, well, what root cause of this phenomenon being dealt with is cause for celebration. It will take some time for the, after effects or the effects of it to be completely eliminated. And above all, so long as this false divine beast still remains, there's threat of future attack.
今はまだ海との都市民に被害は出ていませんが、偽神獣を放置しておけばどうなるかはラザハンの例で明らか。よってクローズ団は発見次第討伐するべく調査に動いています。
Okay. Currently, the citizens of Limsala Minsa have not come under any harm. However, what occurred in Razahan serves as an example of what can happen if a false divine beast is left to its own devices. Therefore, the Black Vortex has or it's like mobilizing a search. Okay. Is moving to investigate with the goal of eliminating it upon its discovery.
ですが、偽神獣の正体は愚か天下の要因に至るまで不明瞭なことが多い現段階では大々的に部隊を動かせない。
Okay. However, presently the true nature of the false divine beast and its the cause or trigger for its transformation remain unknown. Therefore, we cannot proceed with a large-scale mobilization of our forces.
民を動揺させることで新たな不安が広がり、獣化現象を誘発してしまっては元も子もありませんから。
Okay. Because if we were to... Yeah, this whole thing is just... They do not pull any punches. They do not simplify anything down. They assume that you're either going to be invested in reading everything, or you're skimming, at which point they'll have the occasional explainer line to keep you on board. They don't dumb anything down. But if we were to cause unrest within the people, that would, merely spread further fear and anxiety, and trigger this, transformation within them as well, defeating the purpose.
したがって、 提督自らが少数の対策部隊を率いることになったのです。
Yeah, therefore, the Admiral herself decided to take the charge to lead a small, strike force or task force?
その部隊に君にも加わってもらいたいのだ。どうか頼めるだろうか?
I'd like to ask for you to join that... that unit, that force as well. Would you be willing to do so? Yeah.
感謝する。では早速だが、少しばかり同行してもらいたい。融和派のサハギン族から話を聞こ
う。Okay. Now then, if you would... come with me? We're going to go speak with a, those peace-seeking Sahagin.
派のサハギン族と情報共有のを行うことになっているのだ。会談場所である見知らぬ市
God, this is so...
向かうとしよう。
Fuck, this is difficult. Let me check what they did. For this term. Oh, they just say our Sahagin allies. Yeah, they don't do it at all. They don't have a translation for this term, so they just kind of dance around it. Wait, but they fuck it up. They say that some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. That's not accurate. God. I think... Oh god, I was right about to sneeze. And then it stopped. As loath as I am to use it, you might just go with moderate. No, yeah, that's not an actual translation. I was just saying that for, like, the general meaning. It's not accurate either, but you might say moderate. Or... moderate, reformist. No. Pacifist is also not really accurate. Hang on. Let me check something. Why not reconciliators? I don't like that either. That just sounds weird as all hell. Like what you would say, like a reconciliatory faction? I mean, I guess, but I don't want to keep saying that. Man, Japanese really gets to just say, like, you, Just, boom, fast, clean. Two kanji. Two kanji for harmony or reconciliation. That's it. But the thing is that I don't think it's even necessarily... I mean, it is reconciliation. But then do you say reconciliatory or conciliatory? I don't fucking know. Hey, it's really weird that they would be making peace or be open to dialogue when the people of Limsa have been calling them a slur that is suspiciously close to a real-life slur for Mexicans for a very long time.
ふむ、約束の時間だが、融和派の者たちの姿はないようだな。
Yeah, but like here do you actually say like, this is our scheduled meeting time, but I don't see the reconciliators anywhere? That's weird as shit.
彼らが約束を違えるとも思えない。
Yeah, I don't think that they would go back on their promise or break their promise. I have a bad feeling about this.
たちに任せ、我らでハーフストーンの方まで融和派の左派銀族。
Okay. Let's let the guards, security, handle this. Go to Halfstone.
くすいこいつは
わ
週末の獣だ。奥の方に融和派の仲間、持ち字を名乗る殿がいるらしい。ここは私に任せて、君はそちらを頼む。
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, Beast of the Apocalypse. What? Is that... Huh? What an odd thing to be named. What, Shiomaniki? Hang on. That can't be... right. What? Hang on. The only definition for this term is... Okay, this is... They either mean... That's either like rising tide, kind of, or that is literally fiddler crab. Huh? I have absolutely no idea what this... The Shiomaneki no... Noru. This either is literally saying fiddler crab, or it's somehow breaking apart that term to mean, like, instead of, like, Shiomaneki... Huh? Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the fucking... Because that's not the normal kanji. No, that is also kanji to just mean fiddler crab. I don't know if they want me to read it as a crab species or, like, break apart the meaning of it into its constituent meanings. The former doesn't make any sense. Okay, but I mean, this is a full stun lock. Like, are they doing a naming convention? Like, that's so interesting and weird, though, if they're doing, like, a naming convention where they take on, like, an animal species as a sort of, like, a descriptor?
Sweet. かたじけない
Sweet. Ah, my thanks.
先に向かった仲間は大丈夫でござろうか
He's my fellow. Went on ahead all right. I wonder.
不思なんとメルウイブ殿がやはり彼女は対話を求める相手として申し分ない御人のようだ
Yeah, Admiral Merylwib was coming to their aid herself. She truly is the perfect person to speak with to begin a dialogue or something.
重ね感謝いたしまする再び獣に襲われる前に南防波壁の方へ向かう
You have my thanks again. Let us proceed again, to the southern breakwater, I guess, or something. I don't know. Before the Leviathan attack again. These naming conventions, all of this sea stuff, man. I don't know. It seems you saved our ally from the ally, you could just say, maybe. Okay. There's no guarantee that further beasts will not appear. Let's speak again after we, proceed further. I wasn't even part of that thing. It's weird that they give you the fate failed text when you don't even, you weren't even taking place. I was just there.
改めまして鬼方先ほどは危ないところを助けていただきかたじけない
Once again, I thank you both for saving us earlier.
あの異形の獣は元は我らがサハギン族の同胞でござった呪いの類で変異したのではないかと考えあらゆる怪獣のまじないを試してきたのだが
Okay, that what strange or bizarre beast was once a fellow Sahagin was once a fellow Sahagin. Thinking it may have, they may have been transformed by some manner of curse. We attempted to dispel it by various means, however.
呪いなどではない。あれこそが終末の獣と呼ばれる存在だ。
And that is not a curse. They're known as beasts of the apocalypse.
終末の獣詳しく教えていただけますかな
Beasts of the apocalypse. Could you elaborate?
この中で終末現象について最も詳しいのは君だ。君の知ることを我々に共有してもらえるだろうか
Yeah, among us here, you're the one who knows the most about the apocalypse. Could you share what you know?
不思議 絶望が生物を獣に転じさせるとな。
Yeah, despair transforms what living things into beasts. What? How do they make these guys talk again in the English? They do some, like, weird fucked up stuff, right? Like... Oh, yeah, they do this for like 10 different beast races. Where they just elongate the S's on all of it. It makes them all sound like... It makes them sound sinister.
腑に落ちないのは、なぜこのラノシアでは、サハギン族だけが、終末の獣に転じているのかという点だ。貴殿らは、何か心当たりはないだろうか?
Yeah, what I find difficult to understand is why, yeah, here in La Nocia, only the Sahagin are transforming into beasts of the apocalypse. Do you have any idea why that might be?
冒険者伝の話を聞いて、一つ思い当たる節が、解消派の者らが関係しているのやもしれませぬ。
解消? Okay. We're seriously saying, because you can't say tsunami doesn't work there, so it's kaisho. Bro. What is this fucking game? Kaisho-ha. God, that's awesome, actually. Oh, there's so many things you could do for that, because that's not necessarily, like, just tidal wave. That's... That's a different thing, it's more specific. That's, like, closer to tidal bore. Like, pushing against the current, kind of. No, yeah, this is just, like, total bullshit. Oh, they just crushing tide? Oh, come on. English just says crushing tide. That's not even... It depends on how they use it, but... This is one you would really have to think about it, but Kaishoha is like, it's fucking metal. But Crushing Tide is like... That's just not... That doesn't even remotely carry the same meaning or connotation. Listening to what the adventurer said, one thing comes to mind. It may be related to... I'm just gonna say Kaishoha. No, I'm not. God. What do you do for this? What do you do for this? What do you do for this? This is so fucking hard. Kaisho. Let me actually read the dictionary definition real quick here. Like, for the... Yeah, okay, so the specific terminology is what it's like a, phenomenon by which, like, tidal current surges, like, goes violently upstream in high tide, colliding with, like, a river's flow to create a large wave. It happens apparently in the Amazon or like funnel. Yeah, like triangular estuaries. Yes. Well, that's specifically kaisho. That was I was reading out the dictionary definition given for kaisho as opposed to tsunami. But like, so notice the point there, if you just say crushing tide, you don't get the meaning of a massive tide going against the flow of a river. Like, it's going against the flow. You've got a group seeking peace, reformation, like going with the flow, and a group pushing against the flow. The directionality there is important. Honestly, you might just call them the boar. Like, you wouldn't call them the crushing tide, you would call them the boar. Yeah, no, that's way better, actually. Yeah, you just call them the boar. Yeah, it's related to, it has to do with, like, the boar.
解消派とは
The boar.
まずは順を追って我が一族の現状からお話しいたそう。
Yeah, first I'd like to begin by... first let's, go over the current state of the Sahagin.
実は我らがサハギン族の女王僧帽の母が先日病によって崩御されたのでござる。
僧帽の母? Bro, these terms are awesome. Wait, these are fucking awesome. Oh, they go with Indigo Matriarch? What? That doesn't mean anything. That's total nonsense. It began when our queen, like... So this soul bull, which... I'm not even gonna pretend to front like I knew this before looking it up in the dictionary. Like, you see the kanji next to each other and it makes sense, but it's like... It's a descriptor for the sea, right? Like, the vast... It's like, this should be like the ocean mother. I don't know, you might just have to say ocean here, whereas the Japanese gets to do a bit more fancy, but, like, you can't just say matriarch, it has to be mother. It's a much more personal term. It's not just a leader, they're referred to her as mother. In the same way that one, like, might say, like, Mother Earth or some shit like that. Yeah, the deep. Or, like, the Mother of the Deep could potentially work. I think I would go with, like, Mother of the Deep. Yeah, the queen of the Sahagin, the mother of the deep, passed away recently from illness.
それは悲しい出来事でござった。だが、人との共存を目指す我ら融和派が、好戦的な主流派を上回る勢力となるきっかけともなった。
It was, yeah, a tragedy, and yet served as, what, an opportunity, or this kikake, like, as a chance or catalyst for us, the what, reconciliasts? What, to rise up and oppose the what, prevailing militarists? Like, notice how these guys are not talking like idiots or anything? The English says, tragic as this was, there was one small soulless. She was not fond of the shore walkers, and so deprived of her leadership, many of my kind came to see the wisdom in making peace with Limsol Minsa. So they just completely got rid of, like, this actual in-depth political dialogue that they're giving here.
そんな情勢下で劣勢となった主流派の中に水準を再召喚することで意向を取り戻そうとする者が現れ始めた。これが解消派でござる。
Okay, and amidst those circumstances within the, what, prevailing faction that suddenly found itself what, at a disadvantage. But there emerged those who, what, sought to, what, regain their power through the summoning of the resummoning of the god of water, the god of the sea, that is, the boar.
とはいえ、海底のクリスタル資源は枯渇しており、水神リバヤさんの再召喚は難しい。
However, the, what, crystals upon the seabed have been, what, depleted, making it difficult for them to resummon the god of water, Leviathan.
なるほど、復権への活路が見出せず、追い詰められた者たちが絶望し、獣へ転じてしまった、と。
I see. So, backed into a corner, unable to, what, regain their power and standing, they fall to despair and transform into beasts. Yes.
しかり、今にして思えば、獣に転じた者たちは、いずれも解消派に属す者たちであったゆえ、間違いないかと。
Precisely. And now that I think about it, those who transformed all belonged to, were all members of the boar. Without a doubt.
この旅は、長年にわたり対立してきた、人と、サハギンの関係を改善する好機。
Yeah, this is a opportunity to improve the relationship, or to improve relations between humans and Sahagin. But after our many years of conflict,
融和の実現性が高まるほど、解消派の絶望は深まり、獣に転じてしまう。この問題は、まるで底の見えぬ開口のようでござる。
however, the closer that reconciliation comes to what, like, realization, the deeper the despair within the boar, the members of the boar, driving them or causing them to transform into beasts. Yeah, this problem, this issue is like... What, like a trench with no bottom in sight? You know, an ocean trench with no bottom in sight?
解消派の者たちは、未だにリヴァイアさんのテンパードなのか。ならば、精神汚染を解くことで、対話が可能になるのでは?
Let me ask, are these members of the boar, tempered by Leviathan, you know, like, still tempered by Leviathan? Would it be possible to open them up to dialogue by removing that, mental corruption?
ところが、解消派の多くは、すでにテンパードの治療を終えているのでござる。獣に転じた者も例外ではなく。
Oh, okay. So it's many of the boar have already been cured of their tempering. Even those who transformed into beasts.
すると、この件は強制された水人信仰ではなく、純粋に思想の違う者同士の問題だということか。
Yeah, so then, this matter does not relate to the, forced worship of the god of water, but is, simply a conflict of differing ideologies.
ならば、我らが融和を結ぶためにも、この件はお互い手を取り合って乗り越えねばなるまい。
Okay, in that case, in order to achieve reconciliation, peace, we must work together to solve this matter.
それに、彼女はただの冒険者ではない。あのリヴァイアさんを倒すほどの力を持った英雄なのだ。
Yeah, and they aren't merely an adventurer, or, just an ordinary adventurer, a hero, powerful enough to defeat Leviathan.
不粋。見覚えがあると思えば、偽りの神を撃った強者だったとは。
Yeah, this, fusui thing that they do is, a little bit of a fish-like expression, I guess. I thought you looked familiar. You're the warrior who, struck down or defeated that false god.
向かい風が吹いていたとて、船は前に進むことができる。終末の獣からこの海を救うため、果てには、人とサハギン族の融和のため、共に力を合わせよう。
Wait, that's sick. Even against, a headwind, a ship? Can still sail forward? And let us then... join forces, work together? To save these seas from the beasts of the apocalypse? And to... bring about... peace, harmony between the humans and Sahagin?
では、私は海とに戻って今後の対策を練るとしよう。何かあれば黒渦団の者を通して連絡を入れてほしい。
Okay, just saying go back to Limsa, try and figure out a plan of action. Yeah, if you need anything, if anything happens, please contact me via the Black Vortex.
産卵地へと向かい、獣に変じる者がいないか、しかと見張っておくとしましょ
う。We'll return to our sweating grounds and keep, a watch for any who are, transforming into beasts? Yes. But, the whole crushing tide thing is just another example of oversimplification and dumbing things down. You know? People always say, like, oh, they're making it more fancy. They're adding flowery language and additional detail. No, the primary thing that they do is dumb shit down.
融和派との会談を通して、このラノシアで起こっている問題について把握することができた。
Okay. What, after meeting with our... what reconciliasts? We're able to gain further gain an understanding of the situation occurring in La Nocia.
まずは融和派と協力して、終末の獣の出現を監視する情報網を構築しようと思う。
Okay, we'll work together, we intend to cooperate with the reconciliasts to establish an information network to monitor the situation, or to monitor and report any appearances of beasts of the apocalypse.
その結果、偽真珠の発見に至った時は、君の力を貸してもらいたい。
Okay, yeah, we're gonna need your help when we identify this falsified beast. I fucking love this game. Like, they literally said that is like information network. Okay, please wait while we gather the necessary information. Thank you for your cooperation. Oh yeah, like, so another example. Merlip did that cool, like, seafaring analogy. You know, saying, like, even in a headwind, a ship can still sail forward. You could make that sound a bit cooler in English. The English, they just said, together we will weather this storm. The headwind thing worked. You could have just used that. You could have used that. But you didn't. Yeah, what? The reconciliasts. God. Fuck me, man. Oh, in the English they just called it the Crushing Tide. They just called this the Crushing Tide instead of the two faction names. The Boar.
あれからミルウィブ提督は融和派との会談を重ねて情報網の構築を急いでいます。今も提督室で終末の獣の対策会議を行っております。
Okay. I'm just gonna skim here a little bit because, God, Merlip has been meeting with the members of the reconciliatory group. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I would not suggest doing that. The point is a more indirect, like, non-sea related thing. Like, the new school Sahagin are not using some sort of, like, grandiose sea-related term for their thing. Whereas the hardline traditional ones are. Which is sort of another... It's a good way to contrast a new and old sort of thing. Right, like, it's sort of the point that the more, like, the reformist Sahagin are not talking in this, like, grandiose, overly sea-worshipping sort of way. They're acting more like human, almost. Okay, Merlib is speaking with them, trying to Establish an intelligence information network. Strategy meeting. Okay.
俺を来ていたのか。ちょうど会議が終わったところだ。決まった対策を共有しよ
う。Alright. You hear the meeting just ended. Allow me to inform you of what we've decided on.
我々はサハギン族の獣化と偽真珠という2つの問題に直面している。
Okay. Currently we're faced with two problems. Beast transformation of the Sahagin and the existence of the false divine beast.
獣に転化しているのは人との共存を拒む解消派の者たちだ。この問題を解決しない限り真の融和は叶わない。
Okay. Those transforming into beasts of despair are the members of the boar who reject any form of coexistence with humanity. Until this issue is resolved, true harmony, true reconciliation cannot be attained.
そこで我らは2つの対策を打ち立てた。
Therefore we have devised or established two plans, two measures.
黒渦団と融和派の合同による監視体制の強化、偽真珠を含む獣を発見次第、情報を共有し、迅速に討伐する。二次被害を防ぐためにな。
The first is strengthening our surveillance network via joint or via collaboration between the Black Vortex and the Reconciliasts. The moment any Beast of the Apocalypse, including a false divine beast, is spotted, information will be swiftly disseminated between the groups so that the threat can be eliminated to prevent any I guess you might just say casualties, but they're using a more specific term, but whatever.
2つ目は解消派との対話続行だ。さらなる獣化を防ぐには彼らの絶望を和らげねばならない。
The second is to continue or to establish a dialogue with the boar, with the members of the boar. To prevent further transformations, we must find a way to deal with or alleviate, you might say, their despair.
そのためにはサハギン族が求めてきた産卵地の確保という命題に向き合う必要があるだろう。私はこの点で譲歩も辞さない覚悟だ。
Jesus fucking Christ. To that end, we must address the issue of the Sahagins demand or the Sahagins desire for a secure spawning ground. As such, I'm prepared to make concessions regarding that point. Fucking hell. Yeah, a key point, the English is a key point will no doubt be the lingering issue of securing land for their spawning grounds. 'Tis a discussion I intend to approach with an open mind, versus saying I am prepared and I'm willing and prepared to make concessions regarding that point, or on that point. The specific term concessions. Again, simplify, dumb down.
だから今回もコボルド族の時と同様に希望はあるはずだ。まずは 解消派と腹を割って話し合いたい。
Okay. Yeah, there ought to be hope. This time, just as there was with the kobolds, I'd like to have a frank and open discussion with the boar. Okay, you're... It's like, okay, are they going to be willing to, like, discuss it, or... Your officers are like, are they going to be willing to discuss it, or... You say, like, I really don't think that's gonna work. Do you think they're going to be open to discussion?
なければわからんさ。潮目の良いことに、融和派のノレ殿より、解消派の司祭、ドウ殿が、サプサ産卵地に来ていると聞いた。
Yeah, we won't know until we try. Huh? The fuck? Is this just like a fancy seafaring way of saying, like, as luck would have it? I mean, I guess probably. I don't know if you can do this in English. Okay, I heard that, what, Noru from the... What, our friend... you might just say Noru, our friend, that a... What, a priest Do from the boar would be, has agreed to come to the spawning grounds. Okay.
解消派の指導者だというドウ殿と会談の場を設けたく、プレーを承知の上で、これより現地に赴き、交渉を試みるつもりだ。ぜひ、君にも協力してもらいたい。
Oh my god, this is so complex. Okay, I'd like to arrange a meeting with Sir Do, what who is said to be the leader of, like, a leader or the leader of the boar, to... What, to negotiate? What, aware of the, like, potential impropriety, I think you might say I'm planning to, travel out to the, like, the spawning grounds to meet in person. Would you be willing to accompany me? I have absolutely no idea who wrote this. Okay. My confidence level on getting these, like, very dense Kegel lines first try is low. I mean, whoever wrote them... Daichi Hiroi? Did a very good job. Are you here? Made my preparations.
解消派の指導者である司祭、ロードノとの交渉にある。
Okay, as I mentioned, or as I stated prior, our goal is to, or our objective is to negotiate with the, priest, Dole, leader of the boar.
彼は、サプサ産卵地を視察予定とのことだが、現時点では、その姿を確認できていない。
Okay. What was scheduled or supposed to inspect the Sapsa spotting grounds, however, he has not
まず
been
は、話
sighted
が通じそうな解消
as of
派
yet.
のサハギン族に、その居場所を聞くのがいいだろう。
Okay, so we're going to go in and talk to... find any members of the boar who seem open to discussion about
分
his
かっていると思うが
whereabouts, about their
我々は
whereabouts.
交渉しに行くのだ。もしも彼らと戦闘になったとて、私は手を出すことができない。どうか心得ておいてほしい。
Okay. As I'm sure you understand, we're going there to negotiate. Even if if I were to break out, I cannot assist you. Yeah, it's like I cannot assist you, I cannot intervene. Please keep that in mind, or please understand.
先導は君に任せたぞ。
Alright. Again, that's actually like a very reasonable and good point. Merlin, like, she can't actually kill a Sahagin and have things go not horribly.
いつからヒレナシどもは我らが産卵地を我が物顔で歩くようになったのだ。
Yeah, like... This is an example of why you wouldn't want to go with, like, having both of the faction names be fish or sea related. The actual, like, hardline old-school Sahagin aren't referring to you as humans, they aren't saying shito or anything, they're saying hirenashi. Like, finless. Yeah, like when did you finless ones begin walking about our spawning ground as though it were your own?
突然の訪問が礼を失していると言われれば、返す言葉もない。
Oh, fuck. Again, this is really good diplomacy. You would have to... This is an actual localization moment. She's saying, like, Kaisu kotoba mo nai. Like, saying, I have nothing to say in my defense. The equivalent English is probably something along the lines of... like, I am aware that our presence in this area is... Or, like, our presence here is unwanted, and for that I offer my deepest apologies.
だが、我らは戦いに来たのではない。話し合いに来たのだ。人とサハギン族の未来について。
However, we have not come here to fight. We are here to talk. But to speak. Yeah, to talk about the future of our, of humanity and Sahagin, and the
不
Sahagin.
正な産卵地を土足で踏み荒らすヒレナシどもめ。貴様らが我らが水神様を手にかけたこと忘れてなどおらぬぞ。もはや語り合う言葉などない。今すぐラノシアの地を明け渡すのだ。
Ah, the dozoku de. It's like, how dare you I think you might have to say boots here. It's like, how dare you, like, tread upon, like, this sacred spawning ground in your... I don't know if you would say filthy boots. You might have to say filthy boots or something like that, because that is kind of like the point. They're talking about them being like it's land versus sea. Yeah, we will never forget that you have slain our god. We have nothing to discuss with you. Leave this place. Or no, no, yeah, leave, surrender, the land of Lanosia to us at once.
これ以上は話を聞いてもらえそうにないようだな。別の解消派の者から話を聞こう。
Okay, doesn't seem like they're willing to speak. Let's find someone else.
つい、何をしに来た、ヒレナシども。
Yeah, why have you come here, pinless ones?
貴殿ら解消派と会談の場を設けたく、交渉に参った。指導者のドウ殿はどこにおられるか?
Okay, we've come here to negotiate. Wish to arrange a meeting. Yeah, like arrange a meeting with. With the boar? Where is your leader? Do?
何を言うかと思えば、肩払いたい。我らは、ヒレナシどもと語る舌など持ってはおらんわ。
It's like, what is that truly? Is that what you claim? How ridiculous. We have no intention of... I mean, he does say, like, we do not have tongues to speak to, like, the finless ones, but really, what he's saying, it's, like, I don't think you would really do that. It's just like, we have no intention of speaking with... But you finless ones.
If
it weren't for you, we would have acquired a vast, or like secured a vast spawning ground, and our people would have flourished.
無論、貴殿らには貴殿らの主義、主張があるだろう。故に、互いの考えを語り合うための場が必要なのだ。
God damn, she's good. I understand that you have your own... you have your own principles and... This is like principles and claims, or principles and convictions. Therefore... It is necessary to establish a place wherein our respective views may be discussed openly.
無駄なことを、ならば司祭様と話して確かめるがいい。我らの間に融和などあり得ぬことをな。
Pointless. Yeah, go and speak with the high priest, the priest, and see for yourself. There will be no reconciliation between us.
様は視察のため産卵地を回っておられる。この時間は入り口の防備を確認されている頃だろ
う。Okay, those making the rounds, or like inspecting the slaughter grounds, inspecting the fences at the entrance. Okay, thank you. This does seem like a very bad idea on their part. They're just kind of like, if this was an attempted assassination or something, kind of just leading us right to them. Oh, it's this model again? God, they just got all that... That would just look so fucking heavy, man.
不水、何やら、産卵地が騒がしいと思えば、ヒレナシどもが紛れ込んでいたか。
I thought I heard. It's like I was wondering why the spawning grounds were so restless or something. I see some, like, what finless ones have made their way
対
in.
象派の司祭、同殿とお見受けする。突然の訪問を許してもらいたい。
God damn. This is, like, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Or, or, like, I take you to be. Yeah, Lord Do, priest of the boar. I ask for your forgiveness for this unannounced visit.
私はリムサ・ロミンザの提督、メルユイブ・ブルーフィスウィンだ。
I am, yeah, Admiral of Limso Minsa Meruib Purufiswin.
この度は解消派の指導者
God,
であ
the
る殿と
fake Germanic names are so bad.
に参った。
I've come here to request a meeting to negotiate with, yeah, Lord, Sir, whatever, Do, leader of the boar.
ほう、交渉とな。
Oh, negotiations or discussion.
人とサハギン族との対立を武力で決しようとした場合、どちらが勝とうが大きな犠牲が出ることは明白。
I mean, Koji Fox literally said that he just sat around with like a old German dictionary or a random German dictionary and just picked out sounds that he thought sounded neat. Didn't consult with anybody who spoke German in any way, shape, or form. It's genuinely like if somebody wanted to make Japanese names by pulling up a chart of, like, hiragana and just slapping random hiragana together that they thought sounded cool together. It's a complete joke. Okay. It is apparent that were the conflict between humans and Sahagin to be resolved through force, that massive casualties would ensue regardless of which side emerged victorious.
さらに今、我々は共通の脅威に直面している。争い合って傷つけ合うのではなく、手を取り合い共闘したいのだ。交渉に応じるのであれば、ぜひ南防火壁に来ていただきたい。
Furthermore, at present we face a common threat. Yeah, rather than fighting amongst fighting amongst ourselves, we would wish to join forces and fight together. If you are open to negotiations, please come to the south, whatever that thing is.
不水、共闘だと、ヒレナシど
Cooperation,
無残さを
fighting together.
騙し討ちに合わない保証があるというのか。
Okay. Yeah, fighting together. It's like a joint front. Stand as a united front, I guess. Yeah, what guarantee do you have that we wouldn't be walking into a trap going into your fortress?
人とサハギン族を隔ててきたあの壁の向こうに貴殿らを招くということこそ我らが門戸を開いていることの証。そう考えてはもらえないだろうか。
Okay, inviting you beyond the wall that separated what man and Sahagin, what for so long ought to prove that we are, like, opening our doors to you. Would you, I guess that's like, would you not agree?
どんな提案をするつもりかは知らぬが、我らとて逃げたと思われては選手としての名折れだ。一度だけ貴様らの誘いに応じようではないか。
Yeah, I don't know what manner of proposal you intend to make. However, what it would bring shame to us as warriors if we were to be seen as running away. I'll accept your invitation this once.
そうか、承諾してくれるか。感謝しよう、道具殿。
I see, so you accept then. Thank you. My thanks. Sir, どう？
では、我々は先に南防波壁で待つとしよう。私はユーマ派と連絡して。
Okay. We're going back. Before we had snow elf politics, now we got fish people politics. I do genuinely really appreciate that they said, like, oh, if it turns violent, I'm not going to be able to help you, and then it just didn't. Like, there was no violence. I actually liked that. My thanks for coming all this way.
不粋、ご託はいい、手短に要件を言え。
But spare me the... It's like enough talk or spare me the formalities. But state your business.
では、単刀直入に言わせてもらおう。
単刀直入? I mean, I'm assuming that means, like, well, you're gonna keep it short, or, like, get straight to the point, pretty much, but... Have I seen this phrase before? Yeah, it's just get straight to the point, yeah. I don't know why I got... Yeah, that's just straight to the point. Okay.
我々は今共通の脅威に直面している。それは番組以上に危険であり、人のみならずサハギン族にも存亡の危機をもたらす可能性が高い。
Presently, we face a common threat, one far more dangerous than any idol. An existential threat. Yeah, like an existential threat to both, mankind and the Sahagin.
だが、幸いにもテンパードの治療法が確立したことにより、対話を試み、妥協点を探ることも可能になった。故にこそ、私は共闘を申し出たのだ。
Okay. Fortunately, a treatment method for tempering has been established, allowing for the possibility of dialogue and But it's either, you would either say to find a compromise or to seek common ground. That is why I proposed what a joint force be established.
人の協力のおかげで、一族の半数以上が、偽りの神の呪縛から解放された。今こそ、共に生きる道を探し出すのでござる。
Yeah, the whole Itsuari no... That's not gonna go over well. Thanks to the humans' cooperation. Well, more than half of our people have been freed from the false god's curse. Now is the time for us to, seek, a path to coexistence.
この旅の事態では、解消派も大いに苦しめられているはず。どうか、人とサハギン族で手を取り合って共闘し、この危機を乗り越えていこうではないか。
I'm sure what you members of the war must be suffering greatly from this, like in the current situation or in this crisis. So then, should let us join hands, human and Sahagin alike, to overcome this threat.
不粋、何を言い出すかと思えば、共闘とはな。そもそも脅威とは、一体何のことだ？
It's like, to think you would suggest joining forces? What exactly is the threat? This threat? He's either saying, what is the threat, or who's the threat here?
そして、貴様らヒレナ氏が、海の民を自称するのなら、海蛇の舌のように、我らサハギン族の軍門に下れ。
Oh? I don't really get what they're talking about with this, sea snake thing. I don't understand what they mean by this, actually. This is like a metaphor I do not understand. What the hell is the Umihebi no Shita? Oh. Yeah. In the English, they're called, the Serpent Reavers, or something. In the Japanese, this is a group of... It's like those dudes who became tempered by Leviathan. That faction, instead of being called, Serpent Reavers, they're called, the sea serpent's tongue. The tongue of the sea serpent. So I was wondering what the fuck they were talking about, but that's a group of people. You might... Tongues of the sea serpent is maybe fine. Yeah, in the English it's Serpent Reavers, which is, again, kind of lame. So the Japanese name there is calling themselves a part of the sea serpent, right? It's being part of that greater body to establish themselves as, part of Leviathan, etc. Yeah, if you would say that you would like to fight alongside us, if you and like if you Finless would call yourselves people of the sea, then submit and surrender to us, just as like the tongues of the sea serpent have.
海蛇の下だと。それは彼らのようにリヴァイアさんのテンパードになれと。
Yeah, the tongues of the sea serpent. So you want us to become, tempered by Leviathan like them?
いかにも、水神様の祝福のもと、我らと貴様らの思想を一つとすれば、争う理由もなくなるだろ
う。In what, precisely if... What, under the blessing of the god of water? What, under the blessing of the god of water, what, our thoughts and yours would be as one, and there would be no longer any reason for conflict?
そんなものは、偽りの融和でしかないでござる。異なる思想を持つ者同士が手を取り合うことこそ、真の融和である。
Yeah, that's nothing but false peace. True reconciliation is only when, those with differing ideologies, differing ideas join hands together in peace.
おお、なんということだ。同じ母を持つ我らが同士が、ひれなしにそそのかされ、水神様をまがいものと決めつける、不信心者へと落ちてしまった。
Yeah, like notice onaji haha? Oh. But how can this be? What fellow Sahagin born of the same mother, led astray by the finless ones. Wouldn't have fallen, to be one of the faithless? To be, one of the unbelievers? Declaring the water god to be false? Or god of the waters to be false?
ああ、このままでは、産卵地を奪われるのも、時間の問題、我ら解消派に、未来はないのであろうか。
But at this rate, it's only a matter of time before our spawning grounds are stolen from us. Is there truly no future for us? For the boar?
不粋、悔しい、口惜しい言い。
I'm losing my mind.
不粋。おお、やはり、これぞ我らが、水神様より賜りし、新たな祝福の力。
Maybe there really isn't any negotiating with these crazy people. You just saw these dudes turn into whatever the fuck that is, and he's calling it a blessing. I knew it. This is, a blessing, power given to us by, the god of the waters. I think you might go with, is it Suiyami? Or Suijin? You might say god of the waters or something.
獣への転化を祝福の力だと?
Do you think this transformation is a blessing?
不粋。かような化け物が相手では、命がいくつあっても足りぬ。
This is a very Japanese expression, but he's saying, we couldn't possibly face a monster like that. Oh no.
まずい。エールポートの方角へ。ここは任せるぞ。
They're going to teleport. Okay.
シュシュシュシュ、素晴らしい、素晴らしいぞ。
Wonderful.
すべての
Wonderful.
同士が新たなる祝福の力を授かることができれば、ヒレナシどもを一掃し、産卵地を拡大することも夢ではない。
What if all of our, comrades can be, all of our fellow Sahagin can be granted this, blessing? then eradicating the finless once it's securing our spawning grounds will no longer be a mere dream. You know, like, maybe there really isn't any getting through or reasoning with these crazy-ass fish people. You know, like, have you ever considered just, like, maybe we just kill them? You know? You know, like, maybe we just kill them.
かたじけない。貴殿には、これで2度も救っていただいた。このご恩は、人との融和を実現することで報いさせてほしい。
Yeah, you've saved me twice now. I would like nothing more than to repay this kindness by bringing about peace, reconciliation between humans and
さ
Sahagin.
て、我が仲間を追いかけていった、メルウイブ殿は、ご無事でござろうか。我らも急ぎ向かいましょうぞ。
Okay. Seeing if Merwib is okay. The thing is the thing that's very cool about this, that they always get wrong with this character, is, again, with them just dumbing things down, they change Merwib to be like this, like, hardline, badass, pirate lady, you know, who's like, shoot first, ask questions later, sort of, you know, she's super, like, hard-boiled and blah, blah, blah. Whereas Japanese Merwib is just a very good and competent leader. And in fact, one of the most reasonable amongst the, main, you know, leaders of, like, the city-states. She's probably, like, the most considerate and generally amicable amongst them.
すまない、間に合わなかった。
I'm sorry, I couldn't make it in
貴殿
time.
の責任ではござらぬ。
It's not your fault.
しかし、獣化がもたらす悲劇を目撃しておきながら、なぜドウ殿は、
Yeah, but after seeing this, what tragedy brought about by this transformation, why would Do...
彼は、終末の獣をリヴァイアさんの祝福の力とみなしている口ぶりだった。
He seems to... regard? Again, that's like... Minasu. But he spoke as if... Or he seemed to regard the beasts of the apocalypse as... a blessing given by Leviathan.
新たな力を得たのだと確信しているのであれば、共闘どころか対話すら難しくなるだろう。
Yeah, if the boar is convinced that they've been, given this new power, then let alone fighting as a united front, it'll be difficult to even negotiate.
それにしても、終末の獣とは恐ろし
To
い。
engage in dialogue.
その上、冒険者伝の話によれば、偽神獣と呼ばれている、さらに強力な個体がいるのでござろう。
And these beasts of the apocalypse are truly terrifying, but according to what the adventurer has told us, there's an even more powerful beast known as there exists an even more powerful individual known as the false divine beast. Correct?
ああ、最初に獣へと転じたということは、誰よりも獣化を引き起こす絶望が深かったということ。故に強力であり、危険度は計り知れない。
Okay, they're saying like they're the first one to transform into a beast. Their despair was deeper than anyone else's, more profound. That's why they're so dangerous and the threat that they pose is so great.
不思我らも何かの力になれると良いのでござるが。
I wish that we could be of some help.
我らクロウズ団は沿岸部に警戒網を敷いた上で、軍船を使って洋上から偽真珠の捜索を行う予定だ。
Okay. The Black Vortex intends to establish a surveillance network along the coast, utilizing our, military ships or, like, warships to search for this false divine beast in, open sea, or in the ocean, I guess?
偽真珠が他の個体同様、サハギン族が転じたものならば、海中を移動することも可能だろう。そうなると、我々だけで見つけ出すのは難しい。
Okay. However, if the false divine beast were, like the others, is a, transformed Sahagin, then it would be very likely be capable of diving underwater, making it difficult for us to locate it on our own.
なるほど、異彩承知しましたぞ。海中の捜索は、拙者ども融和派のサハギン族にお任せあれ。
Okay, I understand. He's saying that the cooperative, whatever, Sahagin will search underwater.
ありがとう。共に力を合わせて、この海を守ってみせよう。
Thank you, let us, work together to protect the ocean. This
それから、共に融和を
the
担っ
ocean.
た同胞の亡骸が産卵地へ帰ることができるよう、黒渦団のものを手配させてほしい。
Okay, I would like to arrange, make arrangements with the, Black Vortex, so that, with the remains of, it's saying like can be returned to the spawning ground, yes.
ご好意、痛み入るでござる。
They're trying to return the body back home. My thanks.
我々は
For your kindness.
軍令部に戻って書記官に情報を共有しよう。
I'm burnt out on the political Keigo.
早急にこの問題を解決しなければ。
Okay. Return to the Black Vortex. Command shared this information. Okay. It's very good, but trying to, God. Trying to smoothly translate this level of, poised diplomatic dialogue into English is draining.
「来たか、オレオ」では改めて今後の方針について話そう。
You're back. Let's discuss our policy or our course of action going forward.
今回我々は解消派のサハギン族が獣化する瞬間を目撃した。融和を願う同胞を救えなかったことは無念だが、海とへの獣の侵入を未然に防ぐことができた。
Okay, this is just straight up recap. We prevented the beast from invading or intruding into the city. Unfortunately, we're unable to save the other Sahagin, yada yada.
解消派が獣化現象を脅威と認識せず、むしろ我々に対抗するための力と考えている点だ。
Okay, the issue at hand, however, is that the members of the board do not see this bestial transformation as a threat, but rather view it as a source of power to be used against us.
無論偽真珠の捜索は続けねばならないが、対立が確定的となった以上、解消派による妨害も予想される。沿岸や洋上で警戒に当たっている部隊に注意喚起をしてくれ。
Okay. Therefore, of course, or naturally, we'll continue our search for the false divine beast. However, now that conflict or confrontation is certain / inevitable, we must prepare for the inevitable interference from the boar, or please alert or Yeah, but please alert all units standing guard or on patrol at the coast and those at sea. Jesus
承
fucking
知いたし
Christ.
ました。場合によっては、帝都ガレマルドに派遣した兵力を呼び戻さねば、人員不足に陥る可能性があるが、それは最悪の場合としておきたい。
Okay. Depending on how the situation unfolds, we may find ourselves with a shortage of manpower if we do not recall our forces stationed in Garlemald. Though I would like to save that for, or to leave that as a, what's the term? It's like final option, you know? You don't want to do that unless you absolutely have to.
とまずは部隊配置を見直し、警戒を強化しておく。何か新たな情報が入り次第、君にも声をかけよう。すまないが、それまで待っていてほしい。
Okay, we'll review our troop deployments. Last resort. Keep that as a last resort. Yes. I'll let you know as soon as we get any new information. Please wait until then. Okay. Fucking hell. What is the name of the next quest? Oh god. Oh god, no. These guys again. Umio. Oh no. Oh no, it's these guys again. Okay. This is probably the... I don't have time to do a whole other quest again. So we're gonna save that for next time. I should be able to get through the rest of the melee DPS quest line next time. These are very good. It's incredibly dense though, like... This is even more dense than the Ishgard stuff. Like... The Ishgard stuff was dense, but this is dense. So much of it is incredibly long lines with... just incredibly carefully chosen words. It's awesome. It's exactly what I want from this sort of thing. And if I were just playing it in Japanese, it would not be nearly as draining. It would still take, like, extra time to parse compared to normal dialogue. But holy shit, trying to put it back, trying to put it into English at a decent clip is fucking hard. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me for this time. Good times, fun times. More politics next time. So then, I will see you all Sunday. Peace out. Take it easy now.